Yasu Malaka. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, Part 6. Fuck yeah. That was a song by Kraftwerk called Computer Love. I've done too many references to Menace to Society. It is a great movie, great soundtrack, but I thought I'd change it up a bit. And by part 6, you want to keep things different, but at the same time, keep it the same. So, once again, here I am, me mamamu, proper English, to tell you things that have happened to me through online dating. Let's begin. So, a lot of times we talk to someone and it just drags on for way too long. This one person I've been talking to for years. Nothing serious. It's one of those things where you talk to someone for a bit and then you lose interest, and then they find you again online, you talk to them, and they lose interest. It just goes back and forth forever. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Nothing happens. And then finally you're like, you know what? Let's do something about this. Let's make this actually happen. Let's see if we can actually get a true date out of this. And I'm like, you know what? I agree. We should do this. Then she agrees. Then we all agree. Then we're all happy. Or so I thought. So the one night I was supposed to meet her, Sorry, let me do a little backstory here. I forgot. This is a woman who has 4 kids. Not 1, not 2, not even a cool 3, but 4 kids. And she's doing it all on her own. Keep in mind, these kids are under the age of 10. And it's very hard for any single woman or single parent, for that matter, to do this, especially in times like these that we're living in. But somehow she's able to do it. She doesn't get along with her ex. She wanted to take care of all 4 kids. I don't know how she does it. I'll be honest with you. I never really asked. Could be government assistance. Could be some big alimony check that she gets every month. I have no idea. But all these questions I wanted to ask her in person. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world where I get to finally meet her. She seems like a nice person. She's obviously strong. She's able to take care of 4 kids. Why not? Let's finally do it. So, the only time I can meet her, unfortunately, is when all her kids are asleep. Now, like I said before, all her kids are under the age of 10. So, sometimes they fall asleep quick. Sometimes you got to wait for a couple episodes of Law & Order. So, I'm like, worst case scenario, we could always meet up at night. She's like, okay, why don't you come by to my place? We'll hang out in the backyard. We'll have a drink that I'll bring, because apparently she doesn't have any booze. And again, she has all the right to have booze, especially with having 4 kids. So I'm like, okay, this seems a little redneck-ish, but you know what? Then again, I checked my pants. Yep, I got a penis. Yep, let's do it. So, everything's timed out. Timed out how to get there by bus, because I don't drive. Don't judge me. And we'll have a great night. Hang out under the stars, because we have no choice. No problem. So, waiting at the bus stop, about to get on the bus. And what do I get from my phone? A text from her. I think to myself, if I get on this bus, I mean, obviously I can get off the bus. I mean, this isn't a Keanu Reeves movie. But at the same time, do I want to waste that time? Should I just wait for the next one? Maybe I should pick up the message. Maybe something went wrong. And guess what? Surprise, surprise. It did. She texts me. Something like, oh, well, I can't meet tonight. There's been a family emergency. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've all gotten that family emergency text from someone we're about to date or in a relationship or maybe early on in the dating phase. And it's always one of those things where you can't really question it, because if you do, and if you're wrong, you're the asshole. But if you're right, you're still an asshole because you're still asking about it. You see what I mean? Like, either way, you're screwed. So first of all, it's glad that I didn't get on that bus and waste a full $3.25. But at the same time, I'm wondering, the whole night, did she just chicken out, or is there something really wrong? So then the next day, I'm like, okay, let me text her. I got nothing. Let me call her. I got nothing. Now I'm thinking, okay, so for sure, she's not down with meeting. She had second thoughts. Her vision came back. I get it. It's cool. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. But then I get a text saying something like, oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't get back to you. I was dealing with my family situation. And I'm like, okay, is everything okay? She's like, yeah, it's okay. Just had to deal with some personal stuff. And again, like in the back of your mind, you're like, what the fuck is this personal stuff? I mean, is she going through some real family shit? Is this ongoing? Is she lying schizophrenic? We don't know. We don't know. So again, me being the curious Aries that I am, I have to keep fishing. So I ask her, is there something wrong with someone in your family? Is it a personal matter? What specifically is going on? And she says, well, it's my father. And I go, okay. I mean, I didn't text her that, but in my head, I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere here. Okay. And then she's like, well, he's not well. And I go, okay, I get it. A lot of fathers out there aren't well. I totally understand that. And then nothing. Absolutely nothing. For days. Nothing. And again, you don't want to seem like that weirdo, always texting someone. You try to text someone once a day, or even a call once a day, just to check in, just to see how you are. Just like Seinfeld, we're there for you. That's it. That's it. But at the same time, you get a little frustrated and you think to yourself, like, is she really making this up like that far not to see me? And again, I'm like, look at me. I'm used to rejection. I get it. I absolutely understand. So I ask her again, is everything okay? How's your father? Da 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 da. Still nothing. But then again, I'm patient. I'm a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. Then I get something in the next day saying that, yeah, it's a really serious problem. Now I get it. We haven't met yet. You don't want to share yet. I get it. And really, this has been going on for a bit. Back and forth, not really getting the right answers. Then she disappears. Then again, we meet online again, like 6 months, a year later. Then she's like, I moved to a completely different place, not even in the city. So then I'm like, okay, she's doing okay. Maybe she, solved her problem, whatever. Everything is fine, no problem. And then I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to meet you now? It's not going to happen. it seemed like at some point she was just kind of, how do I put this? Promiscuous a little bit, sending me pictures. And again, I never asked a woman for a nude picture. Never. I always ask just for a normal picture. Never. There's another good story coming up. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But she would send me, some pretty erotic pictures. Not that erotic, but, still clothed, but you know what I mean? Like kind of, it's like, hey, you never met me before, so why would you be sending me this? And then she disappears again. All I'm going to tell you guys is this. Ladies, I got nothing for you. Again, this is more of a guy thing when it comes to online dating. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, and this is no disrespect to women, but women are the new players. They have been for many, many years. Okay? It's like Dave Chappelle said, chivalry is dead, and women killed it. And again, it sounds like I'm angry at women or I'm angry at this, new result, but I got news for you guys. It's our fault. For years, we've cheated on women. For years, we've mistreated them, said stupid things. And now it's a new day and age where a woman can do whatever the fuck she wants. Not that she couldn't before. You're not going to trap me there. Cancel this. But it's an equal playing field. Now, again, going back to this, there's no problem with this. But at the same time, it's almost like wishing for something that's not there. So we've all been there. Some back and forth bullshit for someone online. Who knows if this person is actually the person that they say she is? Maybe I'm naive. I actually do believe it. But at the same time, I don't think she's realistic with her life and actually meeting someone. That's just me. I'm not trying to build my shit up or nothing like that. This is just my personal opinion. On some levels, she did show interest, but then there's times there's no interest. Back and forth, back and forth. It's a constant tennis match that never ends. And I am not a big fan of tennis. I got nothing against the sport. I'm just using that analogy. Take it for what you will. The point is, there's no point in wasting this much energy on a situation like this. Realistically, when you meet somebody online, and this is why I wanted to start off with this story, is when you meet someone online, we're living in a world now where you could talk to someone for a little bit, then they could just disappear, they could reappear, back and forth, back and forth. All I'm telling you guys is that let's just nip this in the bud. You really are interested in meeting someone, just tell them that right off the bat. Don't prolong it. There's no point. It's such a huge time waster. I'm going to turn 40 very, very soon. I know I don't look it. Thank you. But I don't have time to waste anymore. Because if I'm lucky, I'm going to live to be 80, maybe a couple more years, match up to good old Jackie Gleason. I haven't lived that hard of a life. But at the same time, let's see what happens. And I don't have time to waste anymore. All my patience goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs. I got nothing left, guys. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I say I'm not going to watch the first game of the season. A week from now, I will be. Why? Because I'm a fucking idiot. But I refuse to waste time on online dating chats that go absolutely nowhere. And ladies, it goes for you too. Okay? If you meet a guy, he's jerking you around. I should have thought of a better way to say that. The point is, don't waste your time. Okay? Nobody should waste their time online with dating. Okay? You see someone you like, talk to them, exchange numbers, give them a call. We used to do it all the time in the 90s, actually call people. It was awesome, way easier. And just see where it goes from there. But don't waste your time back and forth, just waiting for a dream. Waiting for a big boobed dream. Again, just say what you mean, deal with it as soon as you can, and don't waste any time. Now, let's get more serious for just a few minutes. Another situation I had to deal with. Actually, this has happened to me multiple times, but I'll just mention this because hopefully this will be the last time. Now, you're going to think, after I say this story, you're going to think, wow, hopefully you don't want this to happen again. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting older. It's kind of a tease. But let me just get into this anyway. So I'm talking to this woman. Seems really nice. We're clicking, going back and forth. Beautiful. Lovely woman. Very pretty. Good sense of humor. Everything's good. Why can't this work? We talk for a little bit. That goes fine. And then something happens. Sometimes you talk to someone online and you have an idea what they look like, but a lot of times they just take a picture from the shoulder up. Now you're like, okay, we're trying to size this up, you know. Again, I should have picked my words better. But anyways, we're just trying to get an idea of what you look like. And I'm sure like women have the same problem too. Okay, you know, you see a guy, you know, maybe it's like a Homer Simpson type. He's got a skinny head but a fat body. You don't know that. You know, we can't see below. Okay, and below I mean clothed. Okay, don't be disgusting. Now, I just ask her, do you mind if I see some more pictures of you? And she's like, you know what? I just woke up. Let me take them later. You know, I understand that. You know. I look like this now, and this is, you know, after the shower. So I completely understand. So it's one of those situations where she hasn't sent me the pictures yet, but you still want to see the pictures. And again, you know, ladies, I get it. You know, you feel uncomfortable sometimes, you know, the way you look, you know, weight. I get it. Guys feel the same way too. Okay? But all I'm going to say is this. If you promise a guy you're going to send just some normal pictures, please send some normal pictures in a reasonable time. Please don't make us ask again. We feel bad. You know, it feels awkward. Then it's going to make you feel awkward. You know, just say you prefer not to do it. Whatever. That's all I'm saying. But, you know, again, she says, it's okay. I'll, you know, send some pictures. But before, you know, we were talking a little bit and, you know, about whatever, you know, the weather. And then at one point she's talking about S&M or SDM or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, again, I had to look it up. I always forget, you know, what stands for what. And then I look it up and I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, so maybe she didn't have the best relationship with her father, stepfather, whatever. Who knows what happened? You know, that made her like this. Maybe it's just something that she just likes. Who knows? But then that leads into the whole sending the picture thing. Because she wants to send me the picture, but she only has certain pictures. Certain erotic pictures. And I'm like, okay, well, I just want a normal picture. Like, I honestly did want just a normal picture. I didn't know. You know, you know, great shoulders, you know, maybe she moisturizes. I don't know, but I'm just saying, you know, I just wanted to see something else. That's all. Fully clothed. That's it. But then she's telling me, like, I want you to demand from me that you want these pictures. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to say here is, you know, like, again, you've never met this person. You know, like, this is what blows my mind a lot of times. And again, it's not just a woman thing, because I've heard the stories from women where guys will just send random dick pics. Like, I've said this before. Like, I've talked to women online, and they say that a guy will just send a dick pic as the first message. That's it. Like, not even hello. You know, it's hello penis. That's it. You know, it's crazy out there. It really is. I've never sent a dick pic. I'm afraid to send a face pic, but it's just me. But again, you know, you're doing the online dating. You gotta have pictures up there. You know, I think a good 5 is a good you know, amount of pictures to have on there. No worries there. And yeah, you know, she just sends me some nude pics. You know, and she's like, oh, I had these from before. I'm like, okay, so right off the bat, you're like, okay, so clearly these pictures weren't for me. So that makes me feel really special. Second, God only knows how many other guys have seen these pictures. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. I don't know. I mean, whatever happened to seeing a woman naked, hopefully on the third date? You know what I mean? Like, well, what happened to those days? You know, did we? I don't know. Did we lose it in the fucking Snapchat? The point is, you know, again, it's not just for ladies, just for anybody. Don't send any nude pictures to anybody that you haven't even met yet. You know, like even if it's just through a text and you feel comfortable. Why? Why do you feel comfortable? Are you an exhibitionist? Are you bored with life? Were you not able to get my podcast at the time? I don't know. I mean, there's no excuse anymore. Okay? So, from now on, and I get it, by the way, like if you're going out with someone, okay, you've seen the person, you've actually had sex with them, you know, I get it. You want to send nudes? That's cool, man. You know, whatever. You know, whatever floats your boat. But, you know, guys, again, like, you know, the whole dick pic. I mean, you know, again, you know, we're not King Kong here, you know? I mean, not a lot of guys can pull that off. But the point is, let's just start off with saying, hi, how are you? And let's just meet for a simple ice cream and go from there. You don't have to give everything to someone that soon, okay? If the person really likes you, they're eventually going to want to see you naked. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Now I'm going to tell you about a date I had with a mime. I mean, she wasn't actually a mime. She barely talked. I know what you're thinking. Yes, she actually spoke English. I did hear a couple words come out at some point. Absolutely. This has happened to me a couple times too, but this one specifically, I mean, is just really, you know, the whole silent film era. You know, I almost feel our date should have been in black and white and had subtitles. But yeah, so, you know, I see her. Everything's good, you know. Hi, how's it going? Cool. We'll go get some ice cream. I don't know if you guys have picked up by now. I love ice cream. So, you know, we're walking and yeah, that was pretty much the date. I mean, like nothing would. I'm trying to start something like, hey, how are you? You know, how was work? So just these little questions. You know, you know, just be like, fine. Okay. Yeah. Oh, fuck. So, you know, and she kept saying, I'm shy. I don't talk much. You know, I mean, I made a reference to Godzilla before. I mean, that's what I felt like. I mean, I don't know. She was just fucking terrified or something. I'm like, you know, at one point, I did go to her. I go, like, are you okay? Is everything good? Or, you know, I don't know. Are you in hiding? Or like, you know, like what's going on? So, you know, she's like, all right, you know, I'm fine. I'm just shy. I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, let's go for this. So, get the ice cream. Come back to my area. Just chilling outside, enjoying the nice day. And again, we're just sitting. I mean, she's not saying anything. I just, you know, I was like, how's your ice cream? Good. Okay. You know, and then she finally, like, I finally get her to laugh. I don't know how I did it. I don't know. Like maybe she took a really good look at me and started. I don't know. But, you know, she finally, I was like, finally, there's a laugh. That's cool. And then it kind of broke the ice. So we're kind of talking for a little bit, just enjoying the day, Everything's good, you know. I could see it was one of those things where she doesn't kiss on the first date. That's cool. I get it. So, actually, no, I didn't get it. But, you know, it's fine with me. It happens. So, I even asked her at one point. I did, which a lot of people consider that a bad move. But I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not barely saying anything. She's definitely not saying anything. Fuck it. I mean, nothing's gonna ruin this date, except for a thunderstorm. But actually, I was praying for that. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It was a nice sunny day. Whatever. So I'm like, cool, no problem. And then I'm like, do you want me to walk you to the bus stop, wait for you? She's like, no, it's good. I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, hopefully she doesn't actually have to talk on the way home to ask for directions, because that would involve speech. But she got home okay. I asked her to text me when she gets home. She's like, cool, no problem. But then afterwards, she starts texting me like crazy. Like it's almost as if like she realized she didn't say a lot during the date, and she had to make up for it. And we text for like at least like 2 hours, and I was like, Jesus, I'm trying to get some sleep here. Like I mean, she just kept going. I mean, and she's like, some people, I get it, are shy. They don't want to speak that much. I get it. That's fine. Things happen. Whatever. But I mean, this is crazy. I mean, like, yeah, you had your chance to say everything, but then she treated the texting after, the 2 hours after, as the date. So, yeah, that was weird. And then at one point, I think it was the next day or the day before or whatever, we're talking and he's texting back and forth, and she would text me like, like weird things, like, like, did you eat? And I'm like, well, you have vision, right? So, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I don't know. Grandma, is this you? So, like, I just crazy. Like, I get a little things, that she cares. I get it, whatever. It's cute, And then at one point she's like making a meal, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let me ask her what she's making. She's making meat and mashed potatoes. One of my faves. I love anything potato form. I will eat it, except for wedges. I don't know. Wedges I'm not a fan of. I don't know. They I don't know. Like, even if I buy a good wedge, it's still kind of hard, and I don't know. Maybe I've had bad experiences. But the point is, anything potatoes, I'm pretty much down. So, like, as a joke, I said, do you mind saving me some food? And she's like, yeah, sure, I'll save you some. And again, guys, I have to remind people of this. You never tease a fat man with food, like, ever. Like even if you mean it as a playful joke, and this is, through a text, so I have no idea if she's actually serious. So, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go with it. So, and then as a joke, I go, do you deliver? LOL. And she's like, yeah, sure. I'm gonna go out with my friend now, but I'll swing by later on. And I just go, okay. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, worst case scenario, I mean, she won't actually bring me food. I mean, who the fuck would actually do that after one, thing of meeting them and not kissing and clearly having no connection? And then I was like, all right. So I don't know. In my head, I'm sitting at home like, oh, fuck, I might get some good food. All right, this is cool. I haven't had mashed potatoes in years. I've never really tried to make mashed potatoes, and it's just it's too much work. But anyways, yeah. So then she texts me like late at night, and she's like, oh, I'll be there soon. I'm like, sweet, okay. I'm like, she's actually serious. I mean, it's either that or this is the best joke of all time. So then, and then one point she's like, oh, I'm at the station. I'll meet you outside in a bit. I'm like, wow, she's actually, like, this is actually happening, A woman that I've been out with once, never kissed, clearly had no interest in me whatsoever, all of a sudden is treating the situation like Pizza Hut. Okay, cool. So she's like, I'm outside. I'm like, okay, cool. On my way. And I go outside, and she's got like a nice Tupperware of meat, mashed potatoes, a homemade gravy with mushrooms, and holy shit. I mean, this is like awesome. And then I see her, and she looks completely different from how she looked before. In the sense where she looked very dolled up, you know, she had makeup on, a nice dress, you know, she looked really good. And, you know, there's a moment where I'm like, you know, does she want me to kiss her now? I mean, like, you know, but instead, you know, she's just like, okay, you know, and we just kissed on both cheeks. You know, I'm Italian, it happens. And she's like, okay, bye. I'm like, oh, okay, bye. And I'm like, what just happened here? Like, what, like really, like, what just, again, like, it's, is this like I don't know? Is this like a Weight Watchers thing, or like what is going on here? I have no idea. My mind is so blown. I've never gotten a home cooked meal from a woman that I've never kissed before. Never, 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 never. I never thought it would actually happen. So in my head, I'm you know I mean you know, the rational part of me is like, you know, what the fuck is going on? It doesn't seem like she likes me. She's just treating me as like a charity case. But then the fat guy in me says, holy shit, I have a chance of getting free food every week, it seems. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to roll with it. And then I was like, you know what? We texted a few days later. No, I'm just kidding. We actually texted again that night because, again, she loves to just, she loves to text, man. Loves it. So I'm like, okay, cool. She's doing this thing. It's all good. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's just put this to the test already. So let's see what's going on. Also, I gave her some stuff too. I forgot to mention that. I made some pizza, homemade pizza, a couple snacks, some candy, you know. So it was nice. And she even gave me a little can of pop too. I thought that was cute. I don't drink pop anymore, but I don't know. I keep it in my fridge. I don't know. Whatever. In case someone else comes over that doesn't like me. So, you know, I'm like, okay, let's try this one more time. Okay. I don't know if that counted as a second date, seeing someone for, you know, 20 seconds to exchange food. But, you know, fuck it. Third date. I'm like, just come over. We'll hang out. I'll make dinner. It'll be great. She's like, great. That sounds, you know, awesome. I'm like, cool. Great. So, but then unfortunately, that day comes and I had to deal with, not so much a family situation, but something, no, in all honesty, I had to deal with something serious. But, so I had to call off the date. And she said she was free the next day, so I was like, okay, you know, there's no reason why she wouldn't want to hang out the next day. So I texted her that day, like around the morning, like afternoon, whatever. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't make it today. Something's come up. We'll see each other tomorrow. I'll text you later. All right? I'm sorry about this. Now, keep in mind, I'm used to her, like, just showering me in texts. Just crazy. And that whole day, I never got a text. Next day comes. I text her. Never got a text. Next day comes. Nothing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've pretty sure that's what they call being ghosted. So, there you go. Now, is it because I canceled that day? Did she realize that, oh my God, I'm gonna have to give this guy food once a week now? I don't know. Like again, like these fucking weird things happen to me all the time. But you know the worst part of this is that I am never gonna have those delicious mashed potatoes ever again. And it sucks. It really does suck. 'Cause she was a really good cook, you know? And you know, you hear the old saying, you know, the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Abso-fucking-lutely. Holy shit. You know? And, you know, so I guess the meaning of this is, you know, if you go out with a mute who's a good cook, try if you can. I mean, if you got to play a game of Pictionary with her, you know, even do that. But just find out where her head's at. find out if she actually likes you or not. Because I did ask her that, and she, told me she was interested, and but I guess something clicked in her head, or she also had a Greek fetish, which I thought was really weird, because she told me her ex-husband, who she's in the process of getting a divorce with, is also Greek. So, and I've come across this before. I think I've mentioned this before in other podcasts, that there are women out there that have that, European fetish. I don't know. I don't get it, but hey. But again, I didn't get it that night either. I mean, it fucking sucks, man. But, again, she was such a good cook. I'm more pissed off about that. I'll be honest with you. I really am. I was like, fuck, worst case scenario. I mean, I'll be your, practice cooking dummy, They had a great episode of King of Queens where, I don't know, he ended up, Doug there, ended up being, like a test food dummy for one of his wife's friends or some woman he met. I don't know. It was fucking great. And then the wife got jealous and said he couldn't eat her food anymore. Fuck it. I don't know. Again, you cannot come between a man and his food. So, again, just make it more clear next time. That's all I ask, Actually, now that I think about it, I mean, she told me she went through the guy's phone, and that's how she found him cheating, and I don't know, his English wasn't that good, and I can't imagine those two guys, together at the dinner table, like it's the quietest dinner of all time, I guess. I don't know, maybe she went back with him and, had second thoughts, and who knows. But again, two things I learned. One, communication is key. And two, I can't be teased with a good meal anymore. So, ladies, if you ever, feel adventurous and you want to date me, fine. If you don't want to kiss me, that's cool. But please don't tease me with your cooking, okay? Please? My ass can take it, but my heart can't. Now, a lot of times you just go online, see who's out there, you're bored, you talk to somebody for a little bit. Hi, how are you? Things are good, The person I just went out with refused to kiss me, but made a wicked meal. Other than that, how are you? I'm okay, thank you. So basically, it gets to a point where you read the person's profile, see what they're about, and then again, you look through their pictures. And I've seen some interesting pictures, guys. It's really interesting what people put out there and what they think is a good picture for an online dating profile. Like I said before, the classic one is always when people are holding fish. I don't know where the fuck this trend started, but unless she's holding fish and chips, I don't give a shit. But the one woman I was talking to here had a very interesting picture. So I'm just gonna come out and say it. She's at a graveyard. Okay. I guess I should be thankful it's during the day. And she appears to be just in sweats. And she's just looking down in a tombstone. It's one of those tombstones that's in the ground. Actually, now I look at it, there's a lot of names. Wow, there's a lot of names on this tombstone. Hold on, wait. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 10 names. Okay, so I'm assuming this hole goes to China. Yeah, so again, she's just dressed in sweats, running shoes, and she's just looking down at the tombstone. In both hands, she has a full bouquet of flowers in each hand. Seems like one is pink, one is yellow, and it seems like one of those you got the florist. I mean, they wrap it up with the paper there. I mean, they're pretty big, So I actually, and very skillfully, actually, no, I was going to say there's no pockets in these sweats, but it looks like there's something there. And then in the one hand, she's got her, like, you know, like a little mini purse, almost like the size of a wallet, just on her wrist. So, I mean, she's doing a whole bouncing act at the cemetery here. God, so what did we learn from this one? This isn't gonna help, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, this is a, you know, it's don't get me wrong. It's a great picture for my podcast, but at the same time, I mean, if you're gonna pose in pictures, and I said before, you should have at least 5 pictures, just so you know a person gets an idea of what you look like. One of them shouldn't be at a graveyard, okay? Because the first thing we think of at a graveyard, death. I don't know. I think a couple of you sickos out there are thinking something else, but shame on you. Anyways, yeah, you know, I get, you know, I feel sorry for your loss, for your for the 10 people you lost. I guess it was some kind of sports team. But yeah, you know, maybe you should just take a, you know, a picture, you know, like in front of a painting or a window, or you can just take a classic pic in the bathroom with you and the mirror and a toothpaste that hasn't been properly sealed, and, you know, half the toilet in there, and then there's no toilet paper on the toilet paper roll, and, you know, people are wondering, you know, did this person just go to the bathroom? And if they did, you know, was there any toilet paper left? Or it just raises a lot of questions. But the point is, anything is better than taking a picture of yourself at a grave. I mean, come on. Anyways, so I'm talking to this one person randomly online. I'm like, how are you? Fine. Ba, 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 ba. And, you know, I tell her where I'm from, and hopefully she's from the same place. She's not lying. That was obviously too much to hope for, because at one point she says, no, I'm here in Riyadh. I change only a place because all Arabic man I see. He. Fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I just want to say I didn't learn much from this one. Only thing that I could tell you is just actually put where you're from. You know, don't waste our time, and more importantly, don't waste mine. You know, again, if you're going to do this online dating thing, you know, jump with 2 feet or don't jump at all. Okay? I get it. You've had bad experiences, but just say where you're from, okay? Because the questions will eventually get harder. So, talking to another person here. We're just having a good little conversation. A little back and forth. Nothing special, you know. And then out of nowhere, she says, would you like to ask me anything sex related? And I go, once again, judging you by your extended family doesn't seem you're opposed to it. Now, what I meant by that was, again, this is another woman that had 4 kids. Again, not the same one. I know what you're thinking. Again, it would be actually, that would be funny if it was the same. But anyways, different picture. What can I tell you? I mean, in this world, who the fuck knows at this point? And then I said, it's pretty clear there's a lot more going on under the covers. Now, what I meant by that was she took a couple pictures. Again, you know, the whole shoulder thing. You know, there's one picture she took where literally you see half of her face, and she's covered underneath, you know, the bed covers. You know, which again, I get it. I mean, maybe it's meant to be a cute picture, but at the same time, it's online, guys. Just show everything. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is supposed to be like a cute picture or whatever. You know, you're like holding up your fish like you're fucking whatever the fuck. Again, I'll never understand that. The point is, you know, just take a normal picture. That's all I'm asking. And then she says afterwards, she's like, LOL, nah, I love sex. I have a high drive. So, big, small, or average? A woman has to know. LOL. Ladies, I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm going to tell you like I tell all the other women that I've come across. I'm not black, but I'm not Korean. And that's it. Nothing special. Ever since 28, I've been riding with the hood permanently off, as I explained in my circumcision podcast. But I think it looks all right. No complaints. Here's the irony, though. If I ask a woman about her, let's say, vagina, and does it look more like a full moon or a solar eclipse, I look like the asshole. So what do I learn from this? Again, not much. The shit I already knew before. Women have all the power. Plain and simple. Richard Pryor had one of the best jokes of all time. I don't know why women are complaining. They got half the money and all the pussy. Let's move on. A woman once told me online that she lives in the CN Tower. Tell Drake I said hello. I had another woman message me back after me saying hi. She said, hello, handsome. So right off the bat, I already know this is a scam. How you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day ahead. I would like to know more about you and see both have chemistry. I'm seeking for a serious relationship long term. Keep in mind, after all that, finally there's a period. I've been sick and tired of being single for the past few years. Now I've not been in any good relationship. That's because you ain't good grammar. Oh, fuck. And then the next line I said, well, let's start off with the obvious. What part of this city are you from? Surprise, surprise, I heard nothing back. What did I learn from this? Good grammar goes a long way. So once again, I talked to another girl, and surprise, surprise, she's lying about the place where she lives. And I go, right girl, not my country. LOL. Then she writes back and says, it might surprise you to find that the right ones aren't always so close. LOL. I'm pretty sure the Prince of Dubai has the same problem. Then I say, well, if you ever want to rent a plane and come see me, please feel free to do so. LOL. Looks like once I get enough air miles, I got myself a date. So I message another girl because I hate myself. And I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, I know who this person is. This is a female singer who just recently became a billionaire. Her name is Rihanna. And apparently she changed her name to I Am Not a Troll 1. I mean, listen, singers, rappers, they change their name all the time. So I figure, why not? Let's play into this. So then I message her and I say, congrats on being a billionaire. and Chris Brown not killing you. And then she messages me back, IKR. And of course, I'm not as hip as I thought I was. I messaged her back, IKR, question mark. And she messages me back, I know right. You know what? I understand when you're a billionaire, you don't have that much time to text, and if you can shorten something that was 10 letters into 3 letters, why not? So of course I send her a face, that emoji face, where you got the hand over your head, like, oh, fuck. Like every time I go on this app. So then I message her, so what is this all about? What's the purpose of this fake profile? I mean, we're all bored during COVID, but come on. And then she messages me back and she says, surely you are at least average intelligence. You tell me. And then I messaged her back, I wish, LOL. And then I asked her, so you tell me. And then she messages me back and says, your best option tonight is a troll. Well, I got news for this lady. I've seen some trolls in my day. And by golly, I'm ready to go on a date another. So you tell me whatever bridge you live under, and I'll see you tonight. I hope she has cable. So another woman I decided to talk to, she seems nice, nothing wrong here, who the fuck am I kidding? There's everything wrong here. So the picture here, she only has one picture, she's leaning forward, her boobs just flapping in the wind like she's making a TikTok video. She's wearing a kind of like a Mexican sombrero, not like one of the small version of those hats, and in the inside it says positive, and she's got an emoji where the eyes are slightly closed and a smiley face, and not 1, not 2, but 3 hearts. Score. And then I read a little bit about her, and it says, about me, love to play golf and read a novel. Which is interesting because most people, that like to read, I mean, they don't just stop at one novel. I mean, they like to actually keep going. So, of course, I got to message her, and I say, hi. And she says, how are you doing? And where are you from? At this point, I'm just like, again, some of these scams are just so obvious. And I get it, guys. We're bored, or people are trying to make some extra money. I get it. I get it. But at least put some kind of effort into this. And then I message her back. I say, seriously, these fake profiles aren't even trying anymore. And I love to call people out on their shit. I love it. I love it. There's nothing else to do. You're going to waste my time. I'm going to waste your time. Why not? An eye for an eye. So I'm like, what is the point of this? Why? Why are we doing this? For attention? For money? I'm going to guess money. That's what I learned from this. You're going to find out if you do this online dating thing for a bit, you're going to find a lot of scams out there. Some of them are pretty obvious. Some of them are even more obvious. But hey, what are you going to do? Times are tough. I mean, got to make that money. Now there's another woman I was talking to, and she seemed really nice, very beautiful. Not afraid to show her cleavage. She was very much into dogs, considers herself a dog mom, which I don't know what the fuck that is. But yeah, anyways, no one's perfect. And then she messages me back, and she says this. I'll be honest, smiley face with a wink. Most girls go right to the write up in hopes of getting a sense of the man. Maybe take a couple minutes and write something. Now, I'm assuming she's talking about my profile. Now, I've said a lot in my profile. I mean, not that much, but I've said more than others. That's for sure. I'm one of these people. I get right to the point. Am I going to bother to read it now? No. But the point is, I feel that my profile here is very good. And despite what Bubarella says, I'm going to stick with it. Anyways, they, in quotations, say those who have nothing written in their profile is reflecting of the energy or lack thereof he, she is willing to put into a relationship, quotations again. Likely, you'll think I sound like a bitch. No, of course not. But it's time for everyone to put their best foot forward. Stay safe and healthy. Smiley face. I gotta say, I'm not even mad at this profile. I actually do agree with what she's saying. Yeah, you have to put a good amount, in a profile. And, it is online dating. It's not like we're mind readers here. We like to see your profile and get a sense of what you're all about. But unfortunately, this doesn't pertain to me. I put a lot in my profile. I, made it funny. I tell you a little bit about myself. I feel it's pretty solid. So it's not so much that I didn't put so much in my profile that she's pissed off at. She's mad at the fact that it wasn't something that she is not happy with. And that, my friends, is called being a bitch. Now, if you read a profile and if you don't like it, just move on. That's it. It's that simple. You don't have to, demean a person or say, hey, this isn't what I'm looking for, and now I'm going to take out my, ex-boyfriend feelings on you. That's not what online dating is about. You see something, you like it, cool. If not, no worries. So, of course, I had to write back. Thank you, too, and congrats on being a dog mom, because I'm sure that's way better than actually having a human kid and actually having contact with a human in your life. But worst case scenario, you got 2 puppies on the front of your chest for life. Did you buy those too? Well, if she's a bitch, I guess I'm a prick. We could have been so happy together. A miserable marriage, a couple asshole kids, a pussy for a cat for a pussy. Exactly. The point is, can she cook? So, I saw a picture of a woman, or should I say 2 women, online. Guys, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Your first picture that you see online, the one that you put as your main profile picture, should just be a clear picture of you and only you. This picture not only had 2 women in it, but both women looked the same. Now again, maybe she's twins, maybe it's her best friend, maybe some guy's gonna end up talking to both of them and having the best night ever. I don't know. But the point is, the fuck are the odds of that happening? The point is, not very good. Point is, just one picture. That's it. That's all we need. We don't know if we're talking to Hansel or Gretel. I don't know. Just one fucking picture. I mean, this isn't a commercial. Double your pleasure, double Best threesome ever. So I saw another profile, and the name says chills with big guys. So she spelled chills with a Z, and big guys. There's not another G in there, just one. You know, save time, I guess. All one big word. uh, let's hang out and see. Oh, all right. Well, this so far so good. No picture though, so that's that can mean a lot of things. 5'9", that's a good height. Anyways, comfortable, open-minded, curious hangouts with no expectations, but many possibilities. Don't judge a book by its cover. Smile, wink face. Now, I said by there, a little stretched out, because she puts capital B and I. Again, guys, these are the profiles you're gonna have to come across. You know, she's got blue eyes though, so that's cool. Another profile just has the tagline saying, "Does anyone want to be in love so we can split rent?" Again, no picture, but I mean, she's got me at the tagline. I mean, why not in this economy? I mean, if you want to split rent and save a couple shekels, why not? So a little bit about her. New here, just looking to see what is out there. Interested in chatting for now. We'll see where it goes. Don't message me if you're not funny. I don't want to hang out right now. You're all supposed to stay home. I'm just assuming this woman is a comedian. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty good. You know, split the rent, good. You know, you gotta be funny, cool. I get it. You know, you're all supposed to stay at home. I get. She's smart, witty. It's not bad. Again, no picture, but again, this woman also has blue eyes. Could it be the same person? Who the fuck knows? So I had to know more about her. Or if it's a scam, who knows? I don't care. Either way, I'm bored. I have to know more. So I messaged her. Where's your pic? And then she said, sent it to Blacks to get developed. Still waiting. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Blacks, a lot of people would be offended by. Now, you got to keep in mind, though, Blacks was a famous film developer company. And obviously no one develops film anymore. So that went away about, who knows, like at least 20, 15 years ago, whatever. So, but the funny thing is, I said this. I said, okay, so I'm not going to lie to you. Despite this being a very weird profile, it's also very funny. So I give you props. Seriously, do you have a picture or no? Now, I never heard anything back. A little disappointed, not gonna lie. Now, obviously, she's got to be an older woman. When I mean older, maybe at least late 30s, maybe more, who knows, to make that Blacks reference. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a little pissed off, not even because she didn't message me or have a picture, but I honestly was going to make that joke, but I thought to myself, you know what, in this day and age, you don't want that shit in print. It's going to look bad. Maybe a lot of people aren't going to get the fact that Blacks was a film developing store. So, but again, kudos for her for just going all the way with it. So, there are some funny people out there. They're just not willing to show their face. And with risky jokes like that, who could blame her? Another profile just has the tagline Sabs, SABSSSSSSSSSSSS. Is she saying she's crying? Is she? I mean, the picture, she looks pretty happy. So, yeah. So, anyways, in the profile, I'm a sugar baby, not and well, it should be and escort. I'm a sugar baby, not and escort. Okay. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you can be whatever you want to be. I mean, you know what I mean. But just again with the grammar, please. You're killing me here. I like to get spoiled. Obviously, not with spelling. Yeah. Okay. So, again, there's some fake profiles, like I said before. There's some profiles that clearly don't hide the fact that they're desperate and broken. Okay. So I see this one profile, and I'll be honest with you, I couldn't even get past the picture. First of all, the picture is very blurry. It's got that like scary movie-esque vibe about it. It's clearly an old picture because I think there's only, from what I remember, there's only one picture there. And in the background, there's a Christmas tree. And all this woman is wearing is a sweater that covers up mid thigh there. She's wearing no shoes. She's got a big Tupper container on the floor there, paper towel on the coffee table. It appears to be a coffee table anyway. I think there's a couch buried under all the clothes. She has a very low ceiling light, which I'm assuming she will hit every time she gets off the couch. That is if she can find it. A few feet behind her is a big dog dish filled with water. Delicious. And yeah, again, it's very dark. Like, I mean, the only thing that lights up this room is literally the Christmas tree. So I'm assuming because the one light that's clearly an accident waiting to happen is not on, this is the only light that she has. So I get it. I know there's tough times out there, I got lights in my place. At Christmas time, I call them Christmas lights. Any other time, I call them party lights. So I get it. But at the same time, I mean, the darkness really is very creepy. I'm assuming this is what a lot of guys see for the last moments in their lives when they don't pay alimony. So again, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you're gonna put up one picture, at least make it clear. Turn on some lights that are not from 8 months ago. Just saying. I did message her. I surprisingly, I did get something back. I said hi, and she wrote me back, "So adorable." Two smiley faces with heart as eyes. It's a nice touch. And then once again, I know what I look like, so I messaged her back, "Who?" I said it very forcefully there. I don't know why, like a fucking angry owl. Anyways. And then I messaged her back and I said, "Do you have any pictures that doesn't look like you're kidnapped? LOL." I mean, seriously, guys, like, it's a really weird picture. I mean, all she's missing is, holding up a newspaper. Again, just a simple pic, in a well-lit room. Are there no public bathrooms where you live? Just like anything at this point will do. So guess what, guys? That's right. I came across another profile. And this one I gotta say is pretty funny as well. People go online and they just, sometimes they're not even looking for a date. Sometimes they're actually looking for the person that they're dating. So this person has decided to use this app as an outlet to find her boyfriend. Have you seen my boyfriend? And it says the name. a lot of people on here have probably already hooked up with my other half. LOL. Well, she's got a good sense of humor about it. That's good. I'm just looking for chatting before anything else. Okay, so so I got to correct myself. Okay, so not only is she's a bounty hunter, but she's actually looking for a date too. Okay, and then she did put a picture of herself, but at the same time she put a picture of her ex or her husband. I mean, fuck, like, who knows? Also, as the second pic. It says below it says, I keep finding him on the website and another website. So I want to have my own fun now. That's fair. I mean, I don't want to mention the two websites, but the one website I know, obviously it's a popular one. We all know that one. The other one, Grindr. Isn't that a gay website? Or I thought it was, right? Yeah, so okay, so she's got a lot of things going on here. I mean, holy shit. I mean, again, to quote Seinfeld, not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying. I mean, what do we learn here, guys? I mean, if she's, if you're seeing somebody, or and you see them on other websites that are, for straight and gay people, and if and then if you want to, I don't know, apparently get your groove back, I guess that's fine. I guess I don't. Holy fuck, this world is crazy. So again, I had to message her. Again, I was bored. I said hi. She says hi there. And then I said, first off, let me start off by saying that this is been a very entertaining profile so far. LOL. But are you looking for revenge or something, or are you actually serious about dating someone? So once again, I learned nothing. But people on here can do whatever they want, and it's a fucking cesspool, man. Anyways, so I came across one profile, talked with this woman for a little bit. I don't know if she can cook yet. I don't know if she's looking for her ex-lover or looking for a new lover. I mean, who knows at this point? You guys know my pain by now, right? So we have a good conversation. Things are going great, And then a lot of people do this online. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but a few people out there, they like to be mysterious and all that. Like they put a, like a weird name, fake name, whatever, or a lot of times they just want you to guess their name. I like, all of a sudden it turns into a fucking game show. So, I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me guess her name. And ladies and gentlemen, my hand to God, on the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I got it right on the first guess. Now, I'm not going to tell you the name because I don't like sharing names on here. It's a pretty common name. That's why I said it. But you know what the odds of me hitting the bullseye on the first try? It actually happened. It's never happened before. I said, fuck it. It's a very common name. I have a good feeling about it. I'm just going to put it out there. And I said it, and she was completely freaked out. And so was I. I mean, again, this has never happened before. And she just couldn't get past the fact that I guessed her name right. She just kept going on and saying, oh my God, do you know me? Like, what else do you know about me? I'm sure we met before. Like, she just wouldn't let it go. And I'm like, I'm telling you, honestly, I had no idea this was your name. I just guessed it. So this completely ruined the conversation, completely ruins of me getting them digits, and just completely ruining my chances. So what have we learned here? If you're a guy, and if a woman ever asks you to guess what her name is, you say Gladys. Because there's no fucking way in hell her name is Gladys. And you know what? You'll probably make her laugh. And then from there, the dance continues. And so does the millionth motorcycle go and get like what's like, is there a convention in this area? Or I mean, are they taping Mayans MC season 3 here? Fuck. Okay, great show, by the way. Sons of Anarchy. I love all that shit. Anyways, those guys do not use online dating. Okay, there's certain people out there, they don't give a shit about online dating. Okay, guys like me, I got no choice. But yeah, you know, that's just how it is. Right into this world, all alone. Oi. Anyways, so this next story, believe it or not, I actually got to meet this woman. Holy fucking shit. Finally. You can only strike out so many times, guys. Eventually, you will... Well, in this case, I don't know. I kind of hit a single, and I had the chance to slide into second, which I sort of did, but I was kind of blocked at third. Anyways, I'll get into this. The point is, you know, we had a good connection. Talking on the phone, very good. Really, really good. Honestly. Very cute woman. She had a very good look to her, you know, almost like if Jennifer Tilly met Betty Boop. You know what I mean? Very, very cute. And, you know, we were going to meet up one of these days, and we just kept talking. And it's one of those things where, you know what? I'm bored at home. She's bored at home. We got nothing to do. Absolutely nothing. So, why don't we just meet up and see where it goes? Okay, no problem. So, you know, I forgot who made this suggestion. Whoever did, good move. She'd come over to my place, you know, hang out, watch some movies, Netflix and chill, as people call it these days. And there's a problem. And a problem that I would have never seen coming. Now, a lot of times I just leave the door open, you know, not wide open, but just unlocked, you know, just make things easier, whatever, you know, it's all good. Unfortunately, she's about to enter the door or trying to find the door. I think at this point we all know what a door looks like. I mean, most of us anyway. And then my landlord is outside, you know, and you got to keep in mind, my landlord, you know, he's getting up there in age, you know. Is he a bit of a stubborn Greek that kind of looks like what Paul Simon looks like now? Maybe. But, you know, again, you know, I let him do his thing. He does my thing. It's all good, you know. Catalaves? Good. So I said to myself, you know, this can't be happening. So basically what happened was she goes to the door, and my landlord just yells at her and says, you know, let me try to say it in the Greek tone here. You can't go through this door, okay? There's no door. It is no door. It don't work, okay? You have to go through other one. Thank you. So, you know, she's telling me all this. She's totally freaked out by Simon and Garfunkel here. And, you know, she doesn't know what to do. She's calling me, you know, she's telling me, I don't know what she's telling me. I mean, she's basically saying, I gotta talk to my landlord, which, I mean, the fuck, who wants to do that? But, I'm just telling her, look, just go through the door. Don't listen to him. If he tries anything, just punch him in the face. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't know. You probably have to get on your knees to do that anyway. The point is, that was a short joke, not a... The point is, all she had to do was open the door, okay? That's why I like to call this date the door date. It sounded better in my head, but anyways, so she finally has the balls to go through the door because, I mean, at one point she just went back up the street into her car, and I'm like, why? And she's like, probably thinking Greek people. And I'm like, just go through the door. That's it. It's, you turn it, go through it. That's it. It's that simple, It's not like a drawbridge, It's nothing special is going to happen here. So she finally has the balls to open the door. What? So I'm like, finally, she's here. It's good to see her. Looks good. Smells good. It's all good. Chilling for a little bit. Watching a movie. 5 minutes later, we're making out. Everything's great. Then we take it to the bedroom. Making out a little bit more. No sex. Which is cool. I get it. First date, it's already pushing my luck, by asking her to come over and open a simple door, I get it. I don't want to push my limits. So it's cool, That doesn't mean I can't hang in my underwear and she can't hang in just her panties. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Again, whoever came up with that idea, I forgot, but genius. So we're just fooling around a little bit. It's all good, I'm teasing her, she's teasing me. It's all good. It's a nice little comfort little date. It's nice. It's pretty chill, Teased the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's up, down. It was confused. So, date ends. It's all good, she leaves. Or, she tries to leave. Once again, I'd like to blame my landlord for almost, completely ruining my nights. But again, I'm thinking to myself, like, there's no way. I mean, she knows how to open a door, right? I mean, it's, I think she's been around doors before. And again, it's the same thing happened. She tried to leave, and it was weird. Like, she, went for the knob. Again, guys, I could say the obvious joke here. I'm tired. Some things you got to do on your own. Okay, so and I mean, again, she didn't know what to do, which I don't. Now I think about it. I mean, maybe she didn't want to do anything because maybe she didn't know how to. I mean, handle it? I don't know, guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, a lot of things are just racing through my mind now. I'm like, okay, I mean, maybe I dodged something here. But again, it was so fun. Like, I even laughed a little bit because I'm like, she can't open the door. Like, I've never seen this before, ever. Like, someone, not being able to open the door, it was quite shocking. So, and then I go, okay, let me try to open this one up for you too. So again, for those of you who don't know how to open a door, this is I rarely get up during my podcast, because I'm actually lazy. So I'm going to get up here and I'm actually going to teach you guys how to open a door just in case, because again, I'm doing this podcast, for you guys, not just for me. I'm not making any money off this. So here we are at the same door. Okay, so most standard doors have a lock, something that just turns, from the inside, and then you turn the knob and then you open it. And that's it. It's literally that simple. It's not complicated. So check this out. So, once again, step one, actually go to the door. Okay, I don't want to leave anything out here. So second step, make sure the door is unlocked. So this door is unlocked. So there you go. So, and the third step, now this is key. You grab the knob. Guys, grow up. You grab the doorknob, okay? And you turn it. There you go, see? And that's it. Voila. You open the door. And check this out. Hold on. Just as an added bonus, watch this. I'm going to teach you guys how to close the door too. I know I spoil you, but hold on. Close the door. That's key. That's a good one right there. Not so much the doorknob now that you have to worry about. It's more the lock. So you make sure the door's closed. It's pretty secure. It's made of wood. Awesome. Then you take the lock, okay, and instead of twisting it the one way, you twist it the other way. Did you guys hear that? See? That's it. It's that simple. Now, again, guys, I'm just having some fun here, but at the same time, how could someone not know how to do this? It's very simple. Maybe she lives in a hut or something, and she's just got those like beads hanging, and it's just like kind of hippie thing going. But I don't think it's that hard to do. I really don't. But apparently, for some people, it is. Actually, now that I think about it, how the fuck did she get in and out of her car? But hey, I don't want to overwhelm anybody out there. But what did we learn from this? Well, where one door opens, another one closes. I don't know what the fuck that means, but the point is, if you're a landlord out there, don't cock block us. And, like if you need to practice opening and closing a door, or just, on knobs in general, please do so, Now I got one more story, one really great story. It's got everything. It's got some laughter, some fucked up parts, a little bit of so-called stalking, you could say, from this person. And you know what? This has gone on for about an hour and a half. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm fucking tired. So you always want to leave people wanting more. So tune in next time for part 7. But until then, this is Computer Love, part 6.